Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here on MG Sports, we have, of course, live coverage of the fifth edition of the Reinas Cup. Annual competition, of course, usually takes place in summer, showcasing the best of what the island has to offer in terms of under 18 football for the women of Jamaica. Plenty of skill, of flair on show, and some prodigious young talents who, of course, who often get chances to go on scholarships overseas or just get a look in for the national setup, whether it be under 20s or under 18s, under 17s rather. Plenty of young talents also getting a look in at the Premier League level, such as Olivia Ashbourne, who's actually one of the leading all-time top goal scorers in this competition. She's already off the mark this year, scored last week. She was actually playing in the Women's Jamaican Premier League, and she was the fourth highest scorer this year. Fantastic young player. And she has a chance once more to light up the show. But of course, we'll have to wait until next week when Reynolds Academy play again. But for today, the last game of the day, second and last, of course, we have Proven FC taking on Next Gen. Of course, Next Gen would have lost last week 3-1 to Los Perfectos. They'll be hoping to get on the board here today. Next Gen, of course, would have taken the lead in that game through Damanesh Ani, great young talent. They took the lead through her on this from the penalty spot, but succumbed to a 3-1 defeat after conceding a brace to Shishel Casanova, as well as a goal, I believe, coming in from Nadine Gordon. And so now they turn their attention today to Proven FC. What can they do, Next Gen? They'll be hoping to avenge that loss and get on their way here. 3 points at stake. Of course, both teams will want to move on to the next round. Of course, this is the league portion. We'll have knockouts coming up rather soon, perhaps within the next month or so. But join us, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. I'm your commentator for the day, John Stewart. We're here live on MG Sports. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the fifth edition of the Reinas Cup. Match day 2 here and game 2. Proven FC will now be taking on Next Gen, of course, who, as I mentioned before, played last week. Unfortunately for them, suffered a disappointing 3-1 loss. Took the lead early through the Monashani, but afterwards surrendered that lead. Ended up losing 3-1 to to Los Perfectos, rather, courtesy of a brace from Trishel Casanova, as well as a fantastic strike from Nadine Gordon. But now we turn our attention to this game where the St. Thomas-based outfit Proven FC will be taking on a great team in Next Gen, who actually won the first year of this competition. They won the Reinas Cup. We'll be looking to get back to the summit of this competition and seek to establish themselves among the pack. Of course, they would join Reinas Academy as the only team to win this trophy multiple times, and it would be quite the feat. Of course, it's not all about winning, as mentioned before. And as the owner, the founder of this competition, rather, Neil Oxford has so eloquently stated, much similar to the Elite Cup, this is a competition about development and giving the young girls a chance to have a platform to be seen, whether it be locally or internationally, as plenty of them, dozens actually, have been given chances to represent overseas at colleges. And so, as we take to the pitch for the final game of the day, these young ladies now have a chance to establish themselves here today. And we're almost on the way here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for rejoining us here. Last week we were playing at the Buttercup Park in Mona, but for today we are here at the Rivoli Field and we're off. Next Gen going up against Proven FC. Strong challenge coming in there in the first challenge of the game. And that will be a fall there to Next Gen. Played downfield from Brown and easily caught there by the goalkeeper. Lovely touch there by Brown, but lost the possession of the ball, wins it back. Shamika Evans has it now and couldn't keep it in place seemingly. Will be a throw-in. We are Ooh, puts her head there in a pretty dangerous position. Left sprawling on the ground there. The number 10 Brown, but it's Felicia Brown. Took a shot there from quite the way out. Took a deflection off of the number 6 there, Tassian. And that will be a corner kick now for Next Gen, as mentioned before. Took the lead early on through Daminesh Ani, who's unfortunately not playing today. And that will be yet another corner here for Next Gen. Headed away once more, this time by Tassian once more. Seems Brown's been involved a lot, but she'll be leaving this for Aishana Brooks to take the set piece. Brooks headed away at the near post, however, by Jada and Thomas. Loses possession there. Rihanna Williams. Ooh, and Proven now on the attack. They have support, and that should be offside. And it does indeed go up the flag. Just needed to hold her run a bit there, Brianna Turner. And intercepted there. Went for it once more now. Touch there, a bit heavy, however, from right. Tassiana right, that being. And seems it will be a throw-in now. Good turn. Away from danger there by Shawnee Chambers. However, Proven win the ball back. And they're moving forward. However, they've lost position here. Shania Francis losing out, but now it's Felicia Brown. Oh, lovely turn. Good scoop there. Williams leaves it for Shawnee Chambers. Plays it out wide now. Lovely ball in behind. Can she get to it in time? No, she can't. Goalkeeper Kayla Kidd doing well there to get there ahead of the forward. And she plays that downfield and takes a touch off of the number 3, Shiona Ashman, and it will be a throw-in now for Proven FC. Chambers unable to get to that. Now Proven on the ball once more with Francis. Still coming now, Francis. Finds a teammate out wide. Great pass to McIntosh. McIntosh plays it all the way back. A bit of an unorthodox pass. And a bit of a heavy one as well. Now they can move forward with their number 12, Tatiana Wright. And good block there coming in from Proven FC. Their number 11 on hand that time. Garrison with the defensive work. Chambers, oh, lovely nutmeg there. And takes a shot, and that's deflected into the arms of Kayla Kidd. Pretty easy save in the end, but lovely move. And Felicia Brown wins a free kick there off the challenge of Toya Miller. Or Toraya. Bit of a strange name, I have to say. Toria. In any event, it's still a free kick. And I have a feeling that she'd perhaps be in contention to take the set piece. Actually, could be. Could be that Brianna McDonald will be the one taking this set piece. She's been the one taking them for next gen. Has quite the strike on her. Would not be surprised if she scored here. Would not be surprised at all. Goalkeeper Kayla Kidd still sitting up her wall, giving out instructions. She's opted for a 4-woman wall. They'll be hoping that they don't get hit. And it's high, and it goes over. And as I always say, if it were an NFL goal, she'd be in luck, but unfortunately for her, it's not. And so that will not be a goal. Score remains 0-0, just about 7 minutes gone. And goes out of play there. McIntosh and Garrison are unable to keep it in play, but they do get a throw in here now with Garrison. Brown intercepts but loses out now to Shania Francis. McIntosh trying to come forward and Proven offside. It seems it was, I think, Brianna Turner with a caught offside. It's played behind now. They're through on goal. They take a shot and almost scored. A good effort there by Next Gen. I think play's been called back for the free kick. I don't know. I don't think so. Actually has been called a goal kick, but great effort, however. Tried to catch the goalkeeper, Kayla Kidd, off her line, but referee just coming back there, just concerned for her safety, but seems she'll be okay. Shauna King Chambers on that occasion, taking the shot. And under some pressure, plays it out wide. And in the end, will be a throw-in now to be taken by Garrison. Takes it quickly, McDonald to Garrison. And loses possession there after a bit of a heavy touch there, right. But now they still have the ball, and that was short-lived. Goes out to Kayla Kidd now in goal for Proven. Plenty of action already here in their own half. Proven they've been pinned in. Chambers still going here, weaving in and around the bodies. Eventually plays a pass. Now Garrison on the ball, looking for some options, trying to find the right there, unable to, and almost won it back there, Next Gen, but that goes out for a throw-in. have lost the ball here. Chambers trying to slip in her teammate there, Carlissa Murdoch, but unable to. Good defending, however, by Proven FC. And that's all they've been doing since the game has started, really. They've been having to defend a whole lot under enormous amounts of pressure, but they have weathered the storm rather well thus far. They'll be hoping to continue that. Through taken now is Chambers. Tried to get past the larger body there of their number 9, Miller. Trying to find Francis there, unable to. Now McDonough plays downfield, looking for Wright, unable to find her. Good defending there by Ryan Garrison. Now it's Francis. Plays that to her number 10, Jasmine Brown. Pass inaccurate. Proven, give up possession. Played back downfield. Some defending to do now for Latoya Chambers. And she's shrugged off it now. Proven have a chance to get a goal here. And a challenge coming in on the back of her. And the referee looks the other way. I have to say it's a bit odd, that decision there. I'm still unsure of why that wasn't given a foul. Looked certain to be a free kick. Challenge came in the back of her. And I will go the other way now, but I have to say, odd decision by the referee. Proven will feel hard done by Latoya Chambers, of course, of Next Gen. Surrendered position in a real, almost costly area, but has her blushes spared there by the refereeing decision, as that could have been a free kick and honestly could have been a card as well. And Brown puts that out of play. Will be a throw-in, I believe, to Proven. Chambers wins the ball now. They have a chance for a counter-attack. I think she played the pass a bit too early there. Got ahead of herself, trying to slip in Evans, and rather Kiara Horton, I should say. And in the end, it will be put out for a throw-in, which Chambers herself will take. Looking for Horton, wanting the run. Finds her. Plays it across to Felicia Brown, who takes it down well. Has a shot from distance, and saved in the end quite comfortably by Kayla Kidd. Played downfield now. Headed on by McIntosh. Jasmine Brown. Oh, not Jasmine Brown. My apologies. That was Murdoch trying to find her teammate there, unable to. And that's put out of play there by the number 8, Jada Kate Thomas. Throw in now to Next Gen. Chambers still going. Evaded the challenge. Wanted to turn back to get away from her defender Thomas there, but to no avail. Will be a throw-in now for Proven FC. Now is Ishana Brooks with the throw-in. Looking for Brown, finds her. Touch a bit heavy, almost surrendered position. And Proven still on the ball now. And pass from Miller, finds Francis. And the touch there just heavy by Murdoch. And it's back to Francis. Looks like she was getting ready to take a shot there, but Garrison stood in her way. That goes out for a throw-in now for Proven. Throw taken now. Good turn by Brown, trying to find her number 9 there, Miller, unable to. Now here's Brown. Just needed to get her head up a bit quicker there in order to find her teammate who was making the run in behind. And headed away there by McDonald. Now here's Brown. Plays it downfield. Felicia Brown, her namesake, kicks that one away. Tussling for possession there, and now proven to have the ball with Miller. Pass back to Jasmine Brown, back to Miller. Pass out wide on that right-hand side, and the run is a bit late. Offside decision called against Carlissa Murdoch. Plenty of offside decisions already in the opening stages of this game. Just about 16 minutes gone. Play downfield. And that's put out of play there. And now she'll have a chance to collect that, Ishana Brooks. Now here's Brown, turns. Jasmine Brown, pass over the top, searching for Murdoch. But now they have the ball still. McIntosh trying to find Francis, unable to. McIntosh wins it back, however. And Francis loses it again to Felicia Brown. Now Shawnee Chambers twisting and turning away, getting away from Jasmine Brown. But in the end, cleared. Felicia Brown's been all over the pitch today. And plays a pass to Bianca McDonald now. Looks down the line, saw Tatiana Wright, thought better of the pass, and instead finds Felicia Brown. And not quite on the same wavelength there, the two teammates, and that will go out for a throw-in. Miller loses position. McIntosh leaves it and clear downfield. That time there by Tassian Daisies, I believe. Been trying to avoid that name as long as I could. And now seems to have gone out for a throw now to be taken there by Brooks, and they've won the ball back now, Next Gen. It's been put out of play, however, for a throw-in. And played out wide now into Shawnee Chambers, trying to get away from her defender, Garrison. And she's gotten her past her, gets the shot away! Oh, so close, and that's the closest anyone's come thus far. Great shot from Chambers. She's been a live wire throughout the course of this game and very nearly just inches away from opening the scoring here. And a bit of a risky pass there. And they're made to pay for their risk. They've surrendered possession. She goes for goal. And Felicia Brown almost catching out Kayla Kidd there. And it seems they've become rather ambitious in their efforts here. Next Gen, number of chances. That time from an unlikely angle. Almost paid off, however. And in the end, however, it is still 0-0 between Next Gen and Proven FC. But Next Gen starting to put some pressure on Chambers. Brown loses possession. Miller turns back into midfield, loses it. Brown has a shot. Not a bad one, but a bit of a central effort. And quite the lashing there, I'd say, by Tassian Daisies, letting her teammate have it. Miller was, of course, at fault there, the culprit, in terms of giving away that chance, turning back into midfield. And so Tassian Daisies was just letting her hear it about how bad of a decision that was. And accountability, something we preach something strongly, a message we preach very strongly here on the MG channel. That's the message being preached by Daisies. But now X-Gen. Next Gen gets the shot away, and that's it. Not a great shot there, coming in from their number 3, their fullback. Shiona Ashman just unable to catch that volley properly. Couldn't make the contact she would have wanted with it. In the end, that goes wide. Quite wide, in fact. J.D.K. Thomas playing it up towards her teammate there, number 16, Brianna Turner. Unable to get it to her, but it will be a throw-in. I was about to say to Proven. Actually, it's gone to Next Gen. A lovely touch. Trying to get the nutmeg there, Ashman. Norris Miller. Trying to find a teammate, unable to. Felicia Brown wins the ball back. Next Gen. Oh, lovely move. Brown still going down that left-hand side. Lovely turn. Gets the shot away, and it's saved by Kayla Kidd. Fantastic save. And it's not gone out of play just yet. They're still on the ball, Proven FC. And that has been giving us an offside decision there. Flag went up. And apologies. It seems I've been reliably informed by a very close source to the Next Generation FC team that apparently the numbers are mixed, and Felicia Brown is actually the number 14 and not the number 8. Shawnee Chambers, however, is the one in the number 8 jersey. My apology. I have to say, in any event, both of them have actually played rather well today. Bit of a coincidence that they're both the players who have got their jerseys mixed up. And in the aftermath of that mistake, seems just 23 minutes in, we're due for our first water break of the game, and that we will have. seems we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, the line, well, the referee, I should say, has blown his whistle. Seems they're back. It's kicked away downfield now. Apologies for the breaking transmission there. Shanae Francis on the ball now. Loses possession, but well, I was about to say loses. She still had it. And that rough challenge coming in there, and the foul is eventually given for that tackle there. That came in on their number 16, Brianna Turner. And it will be a foul, a free kick in a pretty dangerous area. So it's Tassie and Daisies. And now about to take this set piece. Seems Miller's coming up for it as well. Well, Jasmine Brown, I should say. Not a bad set piece. It goes all the way through, and in the end, comfortably caught there by the goalkeeper for Next Gen. Of course, that being Gabrielle Hamilton. And we have a foul the other way here now. Tassie and Daisy's about to take once more. And of course, their number 12, McIntosh, from Proven, affectionately known as Bibi. Her teammate was just informing her that she is offside. A number of those decisions already today, and she timed her run well. Timed her run really well there, Ashman. And oh, she slipped before she could have taken the shot there, unfortunately for Kiara Houghton. And Chambers playing that ahead. Couldn't find a teammate, and in the end, they will go through to Kayla Kidd in goal. And headed on there. And play it up. Oh, nutmeg there by Tatiana Wright. Still going. Oh! And her defenders fell. Interesting development there. Good skill by Tatiana Wright, but now here's McIntosh trying to find a teammate on the counter attack, but poor work there. And it's played well down to Felicia Brown. She's down that right hand side, can't find Ashman in the box. Instead, she waits, biding time. And she's lost the ball there to Tassie, and Daisy's good defending there. Not understanding why she took so much time. She could have gotten the cross in a bit earlier, but nevertheless. And there's McDonald. Has Brown out wide, finds her once more. Trying to get past Garrison, and she does. Wanted a free kick, and she doesn't get it. of the ball over the top by Miller. Finds Francis, who couldn't sort out her feet in time. And Chambers, unable to keep that in play, will be a throw-in for Proven FC, which will be taken here by Garrison. Ooh, Daisies makes a mistake here. Brown actually almost capitalized, pouncing there on the poor pass there by Tassian Daisies. And great save coming in from Kayla Kidd. Had to be there to make it. And the throw-in will be taken now by Shauna Chambers. Brown, well, Chambers rather, has a chance with a cross now. And caught there by Kayla Kidd in goal. Ball played out wide. And unable to keep it in play there. Not the sort of effort she'd have wanted from herself there. Brown plays that out wide, trying to find Chambers now. Takes it around Garrison, but foul. No foul, rather. It's given out for a throw-in. Brown plays it to Chambers, trying to go through the legs of Garrison, but now Chambers with a cross. A great one, but no one able to meet it. Great turn by Tatiana Wright, but took her straight into the defender. Unable to get the shot away, and that's put out of play for a throw-in now. Next Generation FC, despite not yet registering a goal, they have been the dominant team in terms of creating chances and having possession of the ball, just not yet able to quite pick that lock. Kayla Kidd has looked really good in goal for Proven FC, but regardless of her efforts in goal, it must be pointed out as well that their decision making in front of goal, Next Generation FC, hasn't been what it should be. And now they're on the move with McIntosh. Turns past her defender there, but unable to get past that one, being Carlissa Murdoch. And Turner loses position there. And they're still going with Murdoch here. And they get a shot away, and it goes just wide. Murdoch went for the attempt there from outside of the box, just couldn't get it on target. And McIntosh keeps that in play. Finds Daisies. Oh, poor pass. Gives it away. And Brown wants a free kick, and she'll get it. Goes down to the ground. And as she put that out for a throw and almost hit the production equipment.
Yeah. What's that, Miguel? You know that we were for a while ago.
And she's still down there, Felicia Brown. Really feeling the effects of that foul. it's going to be taken, it seems, by Chambers. And her deliveries have been fantastic so far. That's a great one as well. And so far, no one able to get on the end of these deliveries. She's putting them in some really dangerous areas, but teammates haven't been aggressive enough to attack them. And in the end, another chance goes begging for Next Generation FC. They have the chances, they have the position, they have all the momentum that they could want. They're just unable to put the finishing touch on things. And as of now, still yet to find that elusive goal. And not long to go in this first half as well, about 36 minutes played. Now here's Francis. Finds Miller. She has McIntosh in support. Trying to instead find her number 7, Murdoch. Unable to get it to her. Now here's Brown. Plays it out wide to Turner, whose touch lets her down. And that will go out of play. Not for the first time today off of the foot of Brianna Turner. And now here's Turner. Heads it up back to Next Generation FC. Played towards Brown. To Chambers rather, and it's intercepted by Garrison. And takes a touch around there. Miller finds back to Garrison. Lovely turn to get away from a defender. The shot not with any sort of real power, but it was dangerous. And a clearance in the end had to be made by Next Generation FC. Some goalmouth action at last from Proven FC. Nars Daisies. Played up towards the goal. Oh, now into the path of McIntosh. Oh, she scored. Proven FC. Against all odds, against the run of play, have taken the lead. Michaela McIntosh with the finish. And I have to say, she did aim for the bottom corner and found it, to her credit, but questions will be asked of the goalkeeper, Gabrielle Hamilton. Not the sort of performance you want from your goalkeeper there in that occasion, that scenario. And she's cost her team here, but nevertheless, take nothing away from Proven FC. They've had to weather a storm, whether you want to attribute it to poor finishing or decision making or just great defending. In the end, I doubt Proven FC will care. In their eyes, it's just 1-0 for them, and could be an important 3 points on the day. Not long to go, of course, as I mentioned before, in the Reinas Cup here for 2026. And Shauna King Chambers there, despite the fancy footwork, unable to get past her defender. Does win a throw-in though. Chambers. And across. And a shot taken by Ashman, but blocked by Proven FC, who, as mentioned before, some fortune has gone into the fact that they're still retaining their clean sheet in terms of the poor finishing decision making by Next Generation FC in the final third, but they've defended well as well when they needed to. Ooh, they've given away possession here once more in a dangerous area, and the foul is given, however, for the free kick there on Shamika Evans. Now McDonald to take the set piece for Next Generation FC, who I said before it was against the run of play. They will be surprised and rather disappointed. They've been the better team for large parts of this first half, but now Proven FC, who really won't care. Shania Francis takes the shot, saved, and Gabrielle Hamilton somewhat making up for her earlier error, but oh, that's a poor clearance. Francis, that should be offside. No, not given. And that will go up for a corner kick. Plenty of errors at the back here from Next Generation FC. They'll surely be questioning what's going on. Their coach is going to have to make some adjustments tactically because this is not looking good for them. Corner now to be taken for Proven FC. Can they get a second goal of the game before the end of the half? And not a great one. And takes a shot there. Whoa! Oh! And I think it's given. That should be 2-0. And they're celebrating because it is 2-0. A shot coming in there. Out of nowhere. Proven FC, thanks to Carlissa Murdoch, are up 2-0. The earlier goal coming from Michaela McIntosh. And I have to say, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Isn't that just football? We've already seen an upset today in the world of football as Germany were soundly, well, I won't say soundly, narrowly beaten by the former African Cup of Nations winner, Ivory Coast. And now we're having another upset of our own here in the 2026 Reinas Cup. Proven FC beating former champions Next Generation FC, of course the 2022 champions. They find themselves 2-0 down here thanks to Carlissa Murdoch and Michaela McIntosh. Wow. And I have to say, Gabrielle Hamilton, God bless her, but she's not going to look back on this performance favorably. Could argue that for both goals, she really could have done better. Ball was spilled out of her hands on that occasion and did trickle over the line. And Shauna K. Chambers trying to get them on the front foot immediately. Pass doesn't come off there. Now is Garrison moving forward. Plays it up to Francis. Loses possession, however. Out wide and should be offside, and she is. Felicia Brown was clearly offside. It's incredibly sad when you're in a position like that, when you feel like you've done all you can, you've had the chances, and you just can't seem to find the back of the net, and yet all you do is concede 2 chances, and that's it, 2 goals. But that's football. It's not about who has the most possession, who has the most chances. It's about who takes the few chances that they get, and that has been Proven FC thus far. McIntosh trying to find Francis as they're trying to get another here. It's about being clinical, and Next Generation have been anything but they have another chance here. And Tatiana Wright's pass off target. Oh, it's gone all the way through to Murdoch. And good defending there in the end by Latoya Chambers. Put out for a throw-in now. And that is halftime. And going into the break, who would have thought, ladies and gentlemen, the upset here. Proven FC find themselves in front 2-0 despite being second best largely. They're up thanks to 2 errors, but fantastic work from them to be up here. Next Generation FC will have to bounce back in the second half. But rejoin us for that second half in about 10 to 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. It's been John Stewart once more. Thank you for joining us for the first half. We'll be back in just a short while. Thank you for rejoining us, ladies and gentlemen. About to restart this game here. The second half, of course, will be getting on the way soon. Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. Those just joining us and are unaware of the scoreline, currently reads Proven FC 2, Next Generation FC nil. And I have to say, based on the way it's panned out so far in terms of the run of play, I have to say it's a rather surprising result. Next Generation FC had an avalanche of chances and goal mouth action and somehow find themselves 2 goals down, really because of some poor mistakes at the back thanks to their goalkeeper Gabriel Hamilton, but not to single her out. I think it's a team effort in the end. That had they taken their chances in front of goal and been more decisive and more clinical, it would have been a very different result thus far. But nevertheless, we are where we are, and Next Generation FC will just have to prove themselves worthy of, at the very least, a point in this game. And we're back on the way again. Daisy's placed that on field, picking up where she left off. And bit of a bust up there. Really odd confrontation, and surely should be. Well, there's definitely going to be a talking to, but I think it should be a card. Free kicking in any event to Next Generation FC, but definitely think something has to be done in terms of discipline. And so McIntosh will, of course, get a talking to, and Shanae Garrick, who did play last week, comes off the bench today. She will also receive some words from the referee.
On to the face is a card. On to the face is always a card.
And instead, it will just be a stern talking to. No foul there, no card, says the referee, no further action. Shamika Evans plays that up, but only as far as Tassie and DC's. And they're taking a throw in now. Played downfield now by DC's. Trying to search for Turner, but that's put out of play by Ashman, I believe, and that will be a throw-in now to Proven FC. Mentioned before, a bit of fortune going into the result thus far, but I have to say, you make your own luck in this world, and I suppose on the basis of the fact that they've defended totally in moments where they needed to. Good value for their lead. Found Ashman on that right hand side now with that clearance. Trying to get past Dacey's not a likely scenario. Not a likely outcome, I should say. Linesman's flag goes up. Play will go the other way against Turner. And I have to say, if I had to choose a standout player, it would be Tassian. She has been unbelievable at the back so far today. Keeping a clean sheet, of course. And Miller losing possession. Felicia Brown, lovely turn, trying to get some space. Good tackle coming in there. And now McIntosh. Murdoch, who scored the second goal of the game, trying to find McIntosh, her fellow goal scorer. Ooh, and now Next Generation FC are way down that left-hand side, but good goalkeeping coming in from Kayla Miller. Oh, and as I said, a good goalkeeping. She surrendered the ball, but unfortunately, it's gone into the side netting, and for a bit there I was confused because they were celebrating, but it seems she was just applauding the effort. Definitely ended up how I initially envisioned it, which was, of course, that shot going into the side netting, but a pretty poor mistake there by Miller after initially doing really well to come out, be proactive, coming off her line. Free kick now, which should seemingly be taken by Shawnee Chambers. He's the one over it. And the fans want a goal. Will they get it? No, they won't. It's gone over into the neighbor's yard.
It was a field goal or was it a regular goal?
That wasn't the sort of attempt that the fans were paying for. And I appreciate the support by the fans. Some of them on a tractor behind the goal that Next Generation FC are kicking to. Watching the match from there, I have to certainly give a shout out to those who have made the attempt to come here at the Riverlea Field to watch live in the flesh. Next Generation FC trying to make it worth their while. Felicia Brown skipping past a couple of players, still has possession, losing it eventually. And they go now with Chambers, and she's come out there, and that is a penalty. Oh, we'll go for a corner actually. And because of that challenge there, Kate is still down, unfortunately. And she's getting some attention now medically following that challenge. Really unfortunate one. She was brave in coming out there to prevent the Almost certain attempt at goal by Shawnee Chambers.
That was a goalkeeper that become big things.
In the end, I was correct the second time of asking, or of saying, I guess. And the shot goes in, and Cade does well to prevent it from scoring, but couldn't quite catch it. And played back downfield by their number 11, Ariana Williams, but into the arms of Kayla Kidd, who's played really well today, I thought. A number of saves and... Ooh, McIntosh trying to put some pressure on Chambers, and she plays it backwards to a fellow goal scorer, Murdoch. Norris Miller wants a foul, she'll get a foul. Bro, what? Free kick taken there. Should be easily caught by the goalkeeper. And in the end, Hamilton gets to it, but was a bit nervy there. Should be a routine situation, but if you remember, of course, for those unaware, this is youth competition, so the experience does factor in there sometimes with the mistakes being made. And I suppose you could excuse maybe some of the mistakes being made, but of course, I doubt her teammates will in the end. So, two goals that were the two goals that were scored today by Proven really were avoidable, and it's the sort of errors that you, even at this level, you don't want to see your goalkeeper making. Of course, goes without saying that your defense has a lot of trust in its goalkeeper, or else should have, and that lack of trust can bleed throughout the team. And in the end, Hamilton does well on that occasion to come for it. Now here's Brown, still on the ball, trying to pin out wide to Tatiana Wright, unable to. And allowed that to go out there. In the end, number 6, Anika Campbell, who did play last week, and lost possession there. Williams wanting the free kick, won't get it. Throw in now for Proven. And Murdoch leaves it. Miller wants to fall, but ball put out of play will be a throw-in, of which their number 18, And Shauna Brooks will take throw in taken and put out of play. Hopefully it doesn't touch one of the cars. Actually, it does. And I don't think any of them have the money to replace a vehicle worth over $1 million, but nevertheless, they're playing with some passion and is evident. And that was put out for a corner kick that should go the way of proven, which will be taken now by Jasmine Brown, who, judging by the brace, can definitely tell that she is just struggling just a little bit. Not quite fully fit, but seems you won't need her to be fully fit in order to be up 2-0 here. Taken now by Brown. Not a bad delivery. No one there to attack it, however. Some really good deliveries coming in from both teams, especially Next Generation FC. Their free kicks from Shawnee Chambers have been fantastic. But unfortunately for them, unable as of yet to score. And now they're on the attack now with Chambers once more. Well, not Chambers on that occasion. That was their number 4. Candice Morris, who tried to attack there, lost the ball. Now here's Francis. Strong challenge coming in there. And now they have the ball once more with Felicia Brown. And, ooh, a bit of a altercation there. And it seems there's going to be some action against Shamika Evans, who's received a red card for the flare up there in the aftermath of the foul. And perhaps a deserved one. I think there can be no complaints on her end about that. And she's only made her team's plight worse, that much worse. They're already 2-0 down and staring defeat in the face. And now with, about 30 minutes to go, I believe, not only are they 2-0 down, they're a woman down. It is a very, very precarious situation now for Next Generation FC. They have the talent at their disposal to get back into the game, but I have to say, they've just not looked up for it all game long. They've had chances, just haven't taken them, and been really indecisive in front of goal. Really poor finishing, and the defending, of course, has been suspect at times. Morris still on the ball. Played off of Garrison.
When I come back, I run production first, right? Much more second half just start. How won him?
Throw in now to be taken, and it seems there's a substitution now for Next Generation FC. And one of the players coming on is Brianna Clark. She joins Anika Campbell as one of the players to come on to the pitch. Still going now, Next Generation FC with Brown. Plays it back to Chambers. Trying to play it over the top, not sure to who, because there's no one making a run behind, but nevertheless. And they win it back now with McIntosh and Anika Campbell out wide to the left. Swing and not a miss. Not offside either. Back to Brown. Loses possession, however, and now they can mount a counter-attack. They have someone running down the left-hand side. She's through. And in the end, good defending. Coming in there from their number 9, surprisingly, Shanae Garrick. Plays it back to her goalkeeper, Gabrielle Hamilton. And now she's just made her way onto the pitch, Brianna Clark, and now she can make an impact here. Trying to get past, and she does get past her opposing defender there in Miller, but eventually lost the ball. And clearance there. Ooh, strong challenge between McIntosh and Campbell, and it will be a free kick to Next Generation FC. Now it is Chambers to take this set piece. And went for goal. Ooh, and very nearly creeping in. And that will go out of play. It will be a throw-in. And it does seem as though they still have a player down on the pitch here for Next Generation. In quite some pain. Out of play once more for a throw-in. Chambers. And one back now by Brown. Trying to find her teammate there. Unable to. Good defending there by Clark. Murdoch to McIntosh. That goal scoring duo once more on the ball, and that is a tackle once more won by Miller. Plays it out to Murdoch. And the pass there intercepted. Back to Clark. And the touch lets her down. Now here's Miller. Loose possession there. And now Garrick on the ball. Ooh, lovely pass. Finds Brown to Chambers. Skips away from one and eventually does get the foul that she so deserved after evading the initial challenge. About 23 minutes to go in this one. And they have a chance. Oh, it's a yellow card as well. To their number 8. That being Jada K. Thomas. And so Shauna K. Chambers, I believe, will be the one over this set piece from quite some distance. And seems it will either be Chambers or Brown, as usual. Felicia Brown tying her shoelace. And yet another yellow card shown there. It seems one of the players who was substituted for Next Generation FC, that being their number 12, on the right. She's still down out of fatigue. No, a chance from this free kick will almost certainly be taken now by Felicia Brown. Quite some distance out, but she has the talent. I do think she has the ambition to go for it from here. Definitely don't think she'll be thinking about supplying any of her teammates. They do need a goal. Can she provide that moment of magic that her team needs? She does go for goal, and unfortunately for her, it hits the post. Throw in now for Next Generation FC. Throw in now to be taken. Now is Morris. And play called back here. Throw will be retaken, this time by Shawnee Chambers. Chambers unable to get past Francis there, wins a throw-in, however. Game just petering out a bit, have to say. Plenty of chances and energy shown in the first half, but really not so much in the second. And lost position here. Francis, good turn to get away from a defender. That one being, of course, Chambers. Out wide now to Murdoch. Trying to get around Clark, unable to. Clark still going. Pass, no real sort of pace on it. And in the end, throw in for Brianna Clark to take. Chambers couldn't put it down under her spell. Headed on. Now here's Miller. Plays it out wide. Good turn. Now by McIntosh, who loses possession. And play goes the other way, actually. Interestingly enough. Morris Clark loses possession to Miller. Good turn. Cross, trying to find Francis. And Garrett lets that run across. Trying to get past Francis. Ooh, trailing leg. Very, very late challenge. And no card, but most definitely a foul. And a simple little hydration break. Just about 17 minutes to go before the end of this one. Back here from the hydration break. Thank you for being a bit patient with us. Just about 15 to go in this one, the last game of the day. Plenty of exciting action played out. Los Perfectos in the first game, running out 2-1 winners over Real Bay in a pretty close game, I have to say. Despite the result, I think Real Bay probably had the better of the chances in that game, despite both teams pretty much being even in terms of, I'd say, position and chances for the most part. But Real Bay had more quality opportunities at goal or in front of goal. Just really unfortunate, or perhaps just wasteful, I should say, in front of goal. Crowd there got a bit excited thanks to a bit of skill there on the ball by Rihanna Williams, chopping her shoulder to beat a defender. Now we are just awaiting the referee's okay, as they will have now a free kick here, Next Generation FC, to be taken by Felicia Brown. Jasmine Brown intercepts. Trying to find a teammate, unable to. Brianna Clark, lovely turn. Good intelligent run there, putting it, trying to find her teammate there. Shauna Chambers, but Jada K. Thomas, good defending. Did well to make sure she got there in time. But now we will have a set piece. Corner kick taken. Well, a great one. And in the end, it will be a goal kick for Proven FC. Proven FC win the ball back now with Francis. Intercepted by Ashman. Morris loses the ball, however. Miller trying to find a teammate out wide, and she does. McIntosh, can she get her second of the game? And no power at all put on that one. That will be easily collected and goal by Gabrielle Hamilton. Headed on there by McIntosh, trying to find her fellow goal scorer Murdoch. Clark loses the ball, now to Miller. And Clark does well there. Finds Chambers. She has teammates in the box. Can she find them? Jada Key Thomas trying to shove her off the ball. Turns back and does well to beat another defender, but put out of play. Another throw to Next Generation FC. Anika Campbell. Bit of a weird throwing motion there, but Morris trying to play to our teammate there, Ashman. Now, Next Generation FC have the ball on once more. Brown wins it, trying to play it upfield to find the teammate, but Latoya Chambers gets there. And Brianna Turner cleans her out. And they want a fall, but they won't get it. Now they have a chance on the counter. And right before Turner could get to the loose pass there, not loose pass, the through pass, I should say, the offside flag goes up against her, unfortunately. And chance is stopped there. And actually, it's not an offside decision. It is a... Yeah, it is an offside decision. Now Brown trying to play it over the top, trying to find Chambers, headed on by Daisies. And she takes the corner kick instead. I thought she was almost certainly going to take it down and at least try to get a cross or a shot away, but evidently not. And so now they have this dead ball situation. Next Generation FC not long to go. And they take the set piece, and the less said about that, the better. "81 minutes gone, and I have to say, if I'm being completely objective and honest, and I know I probably shouldn't say this, but the coach for Next Generation FC is going to have some work to do. The talent is evident, but discipline is a must, and they're going to have to exercise some discipline here defensively. Still in danger of conceding here. Garrison goes across to take the throw in. Have 9 minutes to try to get back into this, and at the very least get an equalizer. But now Francis turns, gets the ball away from Chambers, whips it across the box, but Murdoch is unable to get to it, and that goal go out for a goal kick here. I mentioned discipline, and for me, the majority of that is aimed towards one player, and I have to say, it's arguably Next Generation FC's most talented player. Felicia Brown is one of them for sure, but it's more so Chambers. Trinity Chambers has been unbelievable in terms of getting past her defender, but her decision making in the final third has been really, really poor. Not making the right pass, or sometimes failing to play the pass. Not quite being clinical in front of goal either. And I appreciate the show she's putting on, but if she wants to win, she's going to have to make the difference here and be a bit more decisive and more mature in her decision making in these areas of the pitch where her impact is going to be most evident. But now here's Murdoch, who's already made an impact on this game with a goal, playing it upfield, trying to find Turner, and Hamilton gets it clear. Now here's Jasmine Brown. Plays it out wide to Murdoch. Out wide by Francis to McIntosh. Can take on a defender, instead goes for goal. And in the end, that's quite easy for Hamilton. No real threat to the goal there. Played downfield by Gabriel Hamilton. Brown receives the pass there from her teammate, but that is for sure intercepted, and Shanaki Chambers was turning from an offside position there. Played downfield to Chambers, under some pressure, loses possession. Oh, she went for goal, from way out, Murdoch. But in the end, saved once more by Hamilton, and that's not a great clearance. Pass, I should say, but I was going to say they had it, but operative word being had. Possession is lost now, and they're through on goal here with Turner. Can she get there ahead of the goalkeeper? Ooh! The fans of Proven FC want a penalty, but the referee looks the other way. And now they're through on goal themselves. Next Generation FC. Ball played across to Shonaki Chambers. Can she get it down in time? Controls. Beats one. And still unable to get the shot away. Good defending coming in there in the end by Proven FC. I should make ball played over by Miller towards McIntosh. Francis trying to come inside and beat Garrick, unable to. Oh, they've surrendered possession here at the death. Can they get a third goal? Lovely turn! Oh! Saved by Hamilton, almost spilling into her own net. Turner did everything right up until the shot. Just not quite enough pace to beat Hamilton in goal. But now, having a pop at goal for herself there. The number 10, Jasmine Brown, once more saved. And a poor clearance once more as well. The distribution not great. Murdoch goes for goal. And a bit of an unconventional way of dealing with it there, Hamilton. But in the end, her goal is safe, at least for now. Next Generation FC, not long to go. They don't have plenty of time to try to get back into this. At the very least, get an equalizer. Just about 4 minutes, really. Plus possible stoppage time, which is almost a certainty, given the earlier instance of someone going down, I believe, for a couple of minutes. Can't remember who it was. But almost a certainty that we will have some stoppage time at the end of this. But regardless, it's do or die time. Next Generation FC, as I mentioned before, already lost their first game. If they were to succumb to yet another defeat, it would be a hard task for them to climb out of this hole that they've dug themselves in. They need a goal. Can they get it, however? Chambers plays it up front, trying to find Ashman, headed away by arguably my woman of the match, Tassie Daces. Chambers still going, loses possession. And just as she's done all game long, really trying to do it on her own. Tassian once more clearing her lines, putting it out of play. Better safe than sorry in her eyes. And there she is, commanding. And now they're on the ball. They have a chance to counter. They have three. And the pass didn't quite come off there. And in the end, Rihanna Williams does well, but she'll get the fall. Was in danger of losing possession there. But in the end, good defending. And the crowd really getting up for it now. Katina Wright coming off the bench, trying to make an impact. Morris. Poor pass. And that will go all the way out for a throw-in. Which is taken now by Garrison. Played downfield by Daisies. Oh, Chambers, poor touch. And now Wright. Now where's Brown? Oh, she's beaten 2. She's away here. Even with the knee brace, even hobbling, she's beaten 3. Gets the shot away. And once more, does everything right. Except the finish. And in the end, Proven FC can count themselves a bit unfortunate to not be up by more. I said in the first half, the 2 goals. I said before in the first half that the 2 goals came against the run of play. They were pretty much dominated by Next Generation for a large portion of that first half. But in the second half, I'd argue Proven FC have had the better of the chances. But for some lackluster finishing, they could be in a more commanding lead. But they have a chance to do just that. And once more, the attack is foiled. Poor touch there. Played downfield now by Hamilton. Clark has Campbell out wide. Trying to find Chambers, unable to. Daces clears. Put up field. Right. Gets the control of the ball now. Garrison loses it. Morris plays it to her. And that will be a free kick. Not long to go here. We're already across the 90-minute mark. And Ashman now has the free kick. Mentioned before, should the result remain like this, plenty of work for Next Generation FC to do. It's not looking good. 2 defeats in their first 2 games is, I venture to say, almost insurmountable. And Daces once more. Fantastic clearance. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, the end of our second and final game of the day in the 2026 Reinas Cup. Proven FC suffered for large portions of this game, but in the end, they've come out on top, rallying to get a 2-0 deserved win, a victory over Next Generation FC, who slipped to their second loss of the campaign. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here on MG Sports. I've been John Stewart, your commentator for today. Thank you for joining us here live at the St. Jago High School. And until next week, where we have the third game day in this wonderful competition. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great evening. Come and say. All right. Congratulations, queen of the match today. How are you feeling about the win?
Well, I feel extremely well. Well, we did have the vibe, so we'd go win the game. So we just come and do the best.
For a large part of that first half, you guys were under a lot of pressure. They had a lot of chances. How did you guys manage to stay, calm in that moment?
Keep the communication and so me that person I want to always say you can't just say one alone. Aye. No, go on again with that party.
So, just saying the question again. Obviously, you guys would have had a lot of chances conceded against you by Next Generation FC in the first half. They had a lot of chances. They tried to score, but you guys did really well to, not let them score. What do you think was the reason behind that?
Alright, so we keep the communication and keep compact and do what the coach say we do on the field.
All right. So that was you guys' first game of the competition. What do you think that your chances are in terms of like, going on to win?
We can score more goal and we just need to keep the communication and keep compact and win the game.
All right, no problem. Thank you, Tassie, and congratulations again.